Hi, beautiful Libra. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Libra, I'm going to start to do things a little bit differently. I've decided to cut out the extendeds. There's no part one, part two. I'm just going to do a little bit more of a fuller reading here on YouTube that is completely free. And instead, I am going to offer something different. So stay tuned. At the very end of this reading, I'm going to get more into that. For some, I hope a really happy surprise. So, Libra, what's going on for you? We have mid-month August until mid-month September. And I'm starting with this deck to just get an overall feel, an overall energy, an undercurrent to what's going on in your life for this time period. And then we're going to get all the cards on the table, clarifiers, all of it out. And then we're really going to get into the message. So Libra, what's going on for you? And I feel like we're still in the Lionsgate opening, that portal opening, that energy is still with us. We're in this full moon to full moon cycle, so that's going to affect the reading as well. There's just a lot of things happening right now. There's big openings. And you might really feel this one, Libra. Undercurrent energy for Libra. There you go. Animal bond, stand up for all animals. And although that can be that there's someone is really advocating for their animals in their life, or someone's really working with animals, you might be a horse whisperer, dog whisperer, just animal healer, whatever you are. You probably have a really strong connection to animals somehow, some way. This otherwise is my very, very, it just talks about freedom, Libra. This is my freedom card. This is when you learn to fly with the birds, fly with the eagles. And the moon is up there watching you, perhaps even wanting to communicate with you. And it's like you start to really feel it. You really are starting to let go and learning to fly and learning to be more free in your life. So that's the undercurrent of everything. So what do you want to tell Libra, please? Based on that energy for the month of mid-August until mid-September. First one is that you don't have to go through whatever you're going through alone. You're coming out of something. You might be coming out of hermit mode. Exact same cards as what sign was that? But it's interesting because these two often come out together. It's like there's been a tough situation and we're coming out of it. And together with this page, like we're turning the page here, we're turning the energy, and new energy is coming in. And we both have like snow melting away. We're seeing it slowly disappear and how it gets lighter and lighter and easier. Together with Seven of Michael, you're being shown a different path. There is a new path. There's a new opportunity for you. Michael is there to show you a new way. And I feel like, there we go. For a raffle, yeah, you definitely have been a little bit shut off. Maybe in hermit mode, and maybe just not emotionally being up to par with who you really truly are, Libra. You might be, not recognizing, or like you haven't really been recognizing yourself. You have been shut off emotionally, or just not. If you haven't been shut off, it just feels like you have been a little bit withdrawn emotionally, and you're going to come into you're coming out of something here, and you're coming into a different, you're being shown a different path here. So can we clarify this? Why are all of these cards on the table? This energy. Remember, we're building it on learning to fly, learning to feel free. First cut out is, getting over those obstacles, healing those obstacles and challenges, and patience and planning. Like, go with the seasons. You're going to see your dream come to manifestation. You're going to see your sketch coming into, like your blueprint is going to turn into material objects. Like it's going to go from mind to matter, okay? What else do you want to clarify, please? I think that was it. Yes. The Star card. And it's it's not a third 7, but we have 7 7 on the table, and this is a 17. So there's definitely sort of we're waiting on the third 7 to come in. Like there's a completion here, and you're just on the brink of it. Like, yeah. Okay, starting from the beginning here, I also want to say I'm so drawn to the beads. It looks like, I understand that there's probably little, I don't even know what to call those, little wingy thingies on the bird, feather things, but they look like beads. And I just think about New Orleans. When is that festival? Like they have this where they're throwing beads and throwing in New Orleans, and it's like, so this might just be for like one person. So someone might just be from New Orleans, someone's about to go there, someone just, maybe this festival was just, did just happen or is about to happen. There's something with the beads there. Maybe someone is receiving them, or someone's giving them away to someone. So I don't know. This is an extra shout out to someone that maybe have really been on your knees praying for some sort of sign, some sort of evidence that, like, is there someone out there? Like I can't do this alone. I can't do this anymore. I can't, like, someone is really asking for help. And this is your answer. There's someone that has been drawn to this reading today, and you're listening, and this is too personal or too specific for you to be able to say, there's no help out there. This is your answer, okay? So, sorry you other guys who don't feel a connection to this whatsoever. This is not, the rest of the reading might be 100%, but this part is not. But this person just really needed to hear it. They might even have been on the brink of something there. So, you're practicing becoming free. You're practicing becoming, well, what does that mean? You're practicing becoming abundant. When you're no longer like a victim or a slave or just really, what do you call that? Like you're dependent. You're not dependent on your account, like your bank account. You're not dependent on another person. You're not dependent on a work situation. You're not even dependent on time. You're learning how to let go of all of those things, and you're slowly but surely really becoming free. Okay, that's the underlying current here. We have a situation that you've been fighting with for a while, Libra, and you're coming out of it. This stalemate, this hermit feel, this like there's just no break around, like, for the love of God or whoever, can I just get out of this situation? And the feeling of probably having walking this path, having the grammar is top notch. You felt that you have been lonely sometimes. Let's just say that instead. Like there's not been any support. You haven't been sharing this path with someone else. You haven't been like in it together with someone else. This has been you on your path, and you're so freaking happy that if you're not feeling this, Libra, this is for the mid-month of, we're just out of this Lionsgate shift, and this is now starting to make itself known, like how beautiful things are starting to become. That's going to be a while, like it's going to be a minute. So don't be disappointed if it doesn't sort of show up the first day, the second day after Lionsgate, like nothing happened, but rather just open up for the energy. And then also being in the full moon, like mid-August until mid-September is full moon until full moon. So that is like fruition until fruition, manifestation until manifestation. We're in that, now it's time to see what we've sown here. It's time to see the result of that. And you're coming out of that, and you're starting to see it, okay? I just realized we have 5-5 on the table, and we have 7-7.5 on the table. You're becoming a master. This is not only So let me explain. So numerology wise, if we have seen 5-5 for a while, if you've been, and you might even have seen this, you might even have paid attention that your guides or your, like the universe has shown you a lot of fives, or just one particular five has just followed you around. To then come into the 777 sequence is just talking about you becoming a master. This is not you just surviving the situation and getting out of the situation. This is you learning so much that you're coming into masterhood. You're becoming a magician here. Becoming, the focus is on becoming. We're not there just yet, but you definitely have opened up for it, which means that this has probably not been that easy. When you want to unlock that many things about you, when you really truly want to know your full potential and your full creativity on this planet, there's usually some big keys to turn. And we have the obstacles here, we have the challenges, but do you see the ring around it? With the 5 there, 5 is obstacles, 5 is overcoming those obstacles, and it's also a great opportunity for change. As you are overcoming these things, the change is sort of almost inevitable. You have to really fight that type of change, and it's not going to feel good if you try to resist it. So this is when really beautiful change start to happen. And I just love the spirits, and I think of Avatar. Each time I see this, I just think of the movie Avatar. Have you not seen the movie Avatar? I highly recommend it. It's just like everything is in there. In my type of viewing the world, and just everything is in there. And the fact that we have a new Avatar coming up really soon, I just love that. I hope it's up to par with the first one. So there's this healing and mending, and understanding that you don't have to go it alone. You don't have to go it alone. I love how we can sort of see these pentacles or coins or circles or whatever we want to call them. We can see them as little spirits coming in and helping you. And they want to help. That's the thing. You just have to learn to receive it a little bit better, Libra. You don't have to do everything yourself. Together with 4 of Raphael. So you've been in a hermit mode, maybe still is a little bit, but you're coming out of it, and you're being called. It says seek out other possibilities. Look for the magic in life. Be aware of your own emotions. Maybe it started out with you withdrawing emotionally. Maybe it started out with you not wanting to be around other people, not really liking where your life was headed. A certain situation that you found yourself in that was just not it's just not right, or is not fun, or is not inspiring. And then it feels like almost this hermit mode, or this sort of withdrawal emotionally, has turned into, wait a minute, it has brought you quiet time, it has brought you revelations, it has brought you stillness and meditation. And those big seashells there is sort of saying, put your ear to the ground and really pay attention to what's going on. And you're being guided in the right direction. We have all those dragonflies around you there as well, which talks about great spiritual transformation. That's what I'm saying. Look for the magic in life. That's you looking for you. You're looking for your own mastery. You're looking for this spiritual change, and you're undergoing it as we speak. And then we have this beautiful, so we have this 7 where Michael is showing you a new path. You might still be a little bit on the old path, and you might still, we see this little guy here, and he carries a backpack with all his memories and all his experiences from this life, everything he can relate to. So everything he knows is down this path. He's been down this path, though, so many times, and it's time for a new path. And Michael is showing you this, over here, there's a new path over here. The sun is even coming in over there. This is a gray area. This is heavy. And so, Libra, just be kind to yourself. Just be kind to yourself. When you, every once in a while, whatever this is for you, this thing that you're coming out of, or this thing that caused what you're now coming out of, if you even reconsider going back into something like that, or just reconsider going back into bad behavior, can you say that about yourself? Like a bad influence, and whether that is bad influence like your own thoughts, a bad influence taking something, drinking something, bad influence a person, even thinking about it, that's okay. That's okay. You're human, and momentum probably have picked up a lot of speed, in this old path. And so you might even in the beginning confuse a little bit, like, why do I still feel this, like maybe not really ready to let go, or feel still sometimes this pull back into the old influence, into the old ways of being, living, that experience in itself that maybe caused a lot of trouble. Why do you even feel called back there? Because sometimes the energy is like this is just an analogy. So this might not be true whatsoever for you. So just put that on whatever you're dealing with. If you're in a job and you put 5 years into this job, and you put every waking hour almost thinking about this job and how to, I don't know if you see the smoke here. That's actually, that's a little magic going on here for you guys. That's actually my candle that just went out. So there's a little smoke happening. Smokes and mirrors, people. That's all it is. Smoke and mirrors. What was I saying? Can I have back what I said, please? Right. Thank you. If you put 5 years into a job, only to find out at the very end of that you're not going to stay there anymore for whatever reason. You're just not going to stay there anymore. It might be really, really tough to think, or like, not even worse, but like if you've gone through like 3 years or 5 years of education into a profession, you think this is it. This is what you're supposed to do. And coming up, like maybe you're now starting to practice something, and the closer you get to actually do the very profession that you studied for, you've grown wiser, you've grown into a different path, you're being shown a different path, and you understand more and more like, oh crap, like I might not do this. To then feel like those 5 years were not a waste of your time is quite tough, and to just walk away from that. If you have 15 years or 20 years or even like 5 years invested in a relationship, you put all your love there, you put all your heart, you put everything in that relationship. You tried every single perspective and version of yourself in that relationship to have it be the most successful you could, only to come like, this is the end. We're not going to move further here. We're going to separate, or we're going to move apart, or we're going to divorce, or we're going to, like, however that looks for you. Whatever the situation is, if you put that much energy into something, the momentum of it, that is like a force within itself. The momentum of it, how many laps, time-lapse timelines have been walked and have been like really amped up in this situation, that now when you're sort of you're getting out of it, it almost feels like you're like being pulled back in, and thoughts being thoughts are being like, it's not, you might even like be go happy happy go lucky one day, and it's like and it's like all of a sudden there's that thought again, and you're just trying to fight it for, like, I'm not even thinking the thought just jumps into my mind and freaking thinks me. I'm trying to get away from this, but if it has such a strong pull or strong like energy over me, isn't it the wrong choice then? No, because it's just energy momentum. It's just momentum that has picked up speed. It's a snowball effect. And it can be a snowball that sucks, and it can be a snowball that's beautiful, but it still is a snowball effect. That's why you're being pulled back. And so if you're going back for a little bit and you're rethinking, like, and you then maybe like one day later go, what was I thinking? I'm not supposed to get in there again, or I'm not supposed to, continue to think about it. But then yet you do, to just then try to be kind, to just say, you know what? Strong momentum. And sometimes, the thoughts are so thought out that they're thinking me, It's like I almost don't have any control in this. It's going to take a minute to switch over that strong momentum to your new path. So how do we know if the momentum is so strong, but it's something bad? How do we know that the new path is right? Because it feels lighter. It just feels easier and lighter. You might not have anything else to go on. It just feels a little bit lighter. That feeling might not even yell at you. It might just be a very subtle, silent. Put your ears to the ground and pay attention to where you're being guided. And we have patience and planning. And I love this because we have a blueprint here. Someone has written down a little sketch of something, and it's like we're sketching it out on a notepad, or like, this is my dream, this is my wish. And with the change, a little help from the seasons, it is going to come into fruition. It is going to be something that you're creating in real life. So you moving out of a situation and having a wish about something, it is going to come to fruition. It is going to be a manifestation there. We have the Star card, which is about manifestation. It's about hope. It's about healing. It's about you moving forward in the direction. And I love how this is 7 and 17. You're being shown a new direction, 7. Understanding that, okay, we have an idea, we have a wish, a wanting here, and that it is going to come to fruition with the 17. With the 17, which equals immortality, longevity, things to just never ends, and not in the bad way. It's then the immortality way. You're going to come into, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. You're going to come into the integrated part of you, like everything. You probably heard me talk about the rubber band analogy before. Like if you think of a rubber band that you're sort of taking around your fingers, if you just sort of let it sit there, it's not going to move anywhere. It just sits there. It doesn't move in any direction. But the moment that you start to stretch this rubber band, and the further back you stretch it, the further down into the darkness, the further down into whatever this has been, or whatever you've come out of, the further back into the darkness that you've been, when you let go or learn to just walk forward in this process, the further into the light, like as you let go here, like, whoo, the further into the light on the other, like on the opposite end of that, is like complete failure. It's complete success. If it's complete disease, it's complete health. If it's the opposite, like the complete opposite of being broke, poor, it's richness, it's abundance. And that's what we're headed towards. Abundance and freedom is the underlying current here. And you're working your way towards it with the star. Wish upon a star, with healing, with you now integrating everything you learned and actually not only surviving the situation, but becoming a master on top of it. So we're going to sort of wrap this reading up with Michael. Michael, can we have some advice? Can we have some closing off message here for Libra, please? Sorry, that's a train. Maybe the microphone is picking that up. I have self-respect here. With that cool triangle with the 3. I completely slipped my mind now what the symbol is called. Self-respect. I love that. So we have a prayer here that says, Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me, through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself and grant me the courage to speak up on my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all of my relationships so that I am surrounded by loving and kind people. I think that summed up a lot, specifically for someone. I almost feel like someone's in tears right now. So I know this runs deep. That's what I'm saying. Be kind to yourself in this process. And you've only done the best you could and the best you knew how. And because of it, you're becoming a master. You're becoming such a powerhouse on this earth because of your journey. Self-respect. Okay, Libra, that's what I have for you for this mid-month reading. And before we go, I want to tell you about my little surprise. And I hope it's a happy surprise for a lot of you guys because you've been asking about it. So I decided to cut out the extended and instead offer personal readings, private readings. So it's just like this format. It's just that me and my guys are answering your specific questions. And if you're interested in that, just read all about it in the description box down below and hit me up with a message. Okay, that's what I have for you today, Libra. I so appreciate you being here watching these videos with me. Thank you so much.